Hey there YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you with a video after a long week break. I've got right in front of us here the kind of the first area where the sheep were placed, and we got some much needed rain and the grass is looking really lush, looking long. And I've been looking at how Greg Judy does his, and he normally gives his, I think it's 65 days of rest as far as, you know, the paddocks that that he uses. And he says that there's a minimum of, like, you know, 42-ish days. Oh, Scotus got a baby bird here. Been seeing a lot of them fall here lately. I don't know if she's gonna bring it to me or what, but anyway, about 45 days of rest or so is what's recommended. Once I got them to the end of here, I turned them around and went back down that way. And the ground looks good enough that I could probably bring them back over here, you know, not letting perfect be the enemy of the good. But I've still got other places I can move them to, so I'm probably going to use this area right here since it's had enough time to recover. I'm going to move the male Muscovy ducks in here, because something that I've noticed just from my own experience is that I wouldn't be surprised if they don't eat about 50% of their diet in grass. They're not like geese, you know. They won't. I don't think you could just 100% graze them on pasture, but they will eat a lot of grass and plant matter, along with, you know, protein and stuff like that. So even more so than the chickens. I've noticed that. I just don't know exactly what percentage you can get from them, but I really liked the way the Muscovies tasted that were free ranging, because they were eating a ton of grass. Skoda, I'm gonna see if she's gonna come here. She's got something. She got a baby bird there. She picks them up, and you know, I think sometimes she might eat them, considering they're not part of the crew. But anyway, gonna move the Muscovies through here because I really like the way those free range tasted, and they ate a ton of grass, ton of green material. They had a really, really dark, rich meat, kind of like you get off of grass finished beef. Now, I've noticed that some of the others that I've killed that were pinned up and were having stuff brought to them, they were still real dark, but not near as rich and dark meat as the ones that, you know, were out just grazing and living the good life. So I'm gonna pause the video here real quick and I'll show y'all where we got the sheep now, give you a little bit of update on the tractor and everything. All right, so I've been using the sheep to not only graze places but also to clean up some. So I've had them run into this area here that's been growed up some and laid some stuff over and let them eat on it. They don't, you know, do it perfectly. It's not like running a bush hog through there, but this is where they were day before yesterday. This is where they were yesterday, and we've got them in a new spot today. And the tractor's been holding up great. I still got to fix here something better to pull it with, but it's been working so far. As you can see, they put their head through this cattle panel. Now, if you had something like goats, or say they were a little bit bigger and there was a risk of their head getting stuck, you might want to think about that. Be careful, you know, consider all those factors. But they seem to do just fine sticking their head through to eat other parts, you know, around the tractor. So knowing that, next time when I build one of these, if we don't already just swap to paddock shift, is turning the tarp the other way and only having it come down, but, you know, maybe to about yay high, a couple of feet, and allowing the sheep to reach outside of the little enclosure all the way around, because there's a spot over here where the tarp comes all the way to the ground that they're not able to do that. And it's really good because they're eating places where they haven't put their hooves, they haven't pooped at all, and so you're looking at really helping with parasites on that. And they're starting to warm up to me. I mean, not to the point I think where I could, you know, just go in there and pet them, but they're definitely warming up. The watering solution has been working great. I thought there for a minute when I talked to the lady that that I got the sheep from. She gave me the advice to check the water and make sure that it wasn't getting hot, because sometimes sheep, you know, they don't really care for it if it gets hot. But I was checking out in the middle of the day, it stays shaded, and it was still cool. So wasn't that they just don't drink as much as I anticipated. And so this little waterer here, for 2 of them anyway, does pretty well. I mean, it's, you know, about time to refill it, but it does well. But yeah, the sheep tractor has been working great. We've enjoyed just how it's keeping everything kind of under control, and especially being able to clean some of this brush and stuff. I'm gonna be trying to run them in some of the areas where it's real bad growed up, and let them clean it up. But yeah, it's been lasting about a day as far as moving it. You got any questions about it, you know, drop those down in the comments and I'll try to get them answered. But that's pretty much it for today's video, talking about grass, getting ready to finish out some animals. And I don't think I've made a video about what lamb we got, so I need to get some pieces out of the freezer and let y'all see. I may have mentioned in the video that we did get somewhere around, you know, 50 pounds of lamb off of those 2. So pretty decent yield. They were young ram lambs, so pretty decent in my opinion. Hopefully we don't burn through it all in just a couple of weeks. But anyway, if you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you liked the video or found any value in it, go ahead and leave a like. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. I appreciate all y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next one.